Welcome to an out-of-the-box unboxing. Today we're going to be looking at Batman The Dark Knight Returns, the game. This is a 1 to 2 player game for ages 14 and up. I missed the Kickstarter, but I got it picked up in retail. This is the standard version. I don't have the figures, so it'll be using the standees. One thing I can say, this is a big and heavy box, so I'm very excited to see what's inside here. To give you a scale of how big this box actually is, I've just done an unboxing of Final Girl, and this is Panic at Station 2891, and you can see that it's considerably bigger. And this is a standard magic card. Well, this is Lost Empires, but you can see this looks tiny. So this is a big box. It's heavy, it's got lots of components. So let's have a look and see what we get inside. I've read some reviews, well, I've read some overviews where you play through 4 books of the game that's mapped to the graphic novel. The graphic novel is one of my favorite, so I'm excited by this. I didn't like the look of the map, the Kickstarter, but I am prepared to be convinced. So here we go. What do we got? We've got rules, and on the back we have credits and not really a summary. So what is this for? This is the whole game. These are a big set of rules, nicely spaced out. The very colourful map of Gotham. Phases. That all looks pretty standard. Nice examples. I like to have examples. And yeah, like I said, this is huge. It's probably going to be cut off at the side of the video. This is a very big booklet. I think this is going to be a bit of a table hog. Okay, rule book. Okay, so for each book there's different sets of rules, which I'm not going to look at because that's probably spoilers. You'll just have to watch a bigger playthrough. So book 2, book 3 and book 4 have their own sets of rules, which is good to know. The game, what is this thing? This is an empty folder. I wonder if that's for putting the rule books in. Okay. And then we've got just like a lot of tokens. I'll have a look at those first. We'll come back to the rest of the bits. Okay, so these are the tokens and the board. This is probably a major part of the weight, because like I say, that box was fairly heavy. Okay, so these are thin. I've seen thicker tokens. Oh look, they're okay. Double-sided, Batman, Gordon, New Robin, Green Arrow. Batman is Superman suit, and you got Superman tokens down the bottom. Yeah, they're thinner, but then there's lots of them. So it's more tokens. Then we've got our major characters. You've got your Joker, mutants, helicopters, Superman. Okay, that's nice. I'm probably sure my total is going to be too small to see all of this, because there you go, it's already over the edge. So the map of Gotham is big. So this is going to get cut off when I trim the video. If you want to know in terms of table size, it is 590 long and a massive 690 in length. So it's big, but it's nice. It's glossy. And I think it's glossy because it's like a write. It's not roll and write, but you write on it. So there should be a pen in there somewhere. And so this is a glossy So you'd use a marker pen to mark things off on the board and then rub them off between games. I like a good play mat, and as you can see, as I'm moving it around, it's got spaces for cars, vehicles, the locations of Gotham. Yeah, that's good, and like I say, nice slick surface. Let's have a look and see what else we get in here. So I'll insert, so there's our marker pen. We've got a lot of standee things. Open at the end of book 4. Okay. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Summary card. I do love a summary card around sequence. That is really handy. What else we get in here? These are, okay, round sequence. I'm not sure I would need. Oh, they've got different numbers on them. Okay, oh, verses 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that'll be the books. So there's one for each book, and there's one for a versus playthrough. That's the 2-player game. Okay, and then I imagine these are each of the books as well. Bit of history, bit of lore, so let's stick those away. I guess one of my interests of this is replayability. That being said, if it's even close to capturing the feel of the, actually I might leave those out, of the actual graphic novel, I'll be happy. Okay, now we've got some very weird, some funky dice. These are very weird dice. So you roll them and you can only get, they're like D4s, but with wings on a D6. So that's, they'll probably clog up my dice tower, something terrible. But yeah, so you throw your dice. Yeah, weird. Okay, sweet. A couple of bags of tokens, and then we've got some other dice. A lot of dice. If you're a dice goblin, this is going to be exciting, because these are custom. Oh, lots of colours. And again, we've got your standard D6 cards, and you've got some, what are these, 8s, D8s. D6s and D8s seems to be, oh, some little ones as well. So yeah, there's a lot of dice. Okay, and then we've got sets of cards. I imagine these are nice little holes to put tokens in. And are these broken up by books? They are indeed. Okay, so that's book 4, book 1, book 2, book 3. That's for verses, which I don't really care about because I'm only going to be playing it solo. That's 1 and 2. Well, I'm obviously not going to open 2 or 3. 4. Let's have a look at book 1. And again, one of the things that attracted me to this one was the card art from Frank Miller's graphic novel. And that's one of the reasons. Price was the reason why I quite like the ones with the standees, because they're using the comic art. I mean, miniatures are all well and good, but who has time to paint them all? Okay, so the cards are, they're quite thin actually. So this is, I've been playing a lot of Lost Empires. Okay, I'll say they're the same. I think they're a little bit thinner than a magic card. I don't think I've got a magic card handy, but I'm going to sleeve them. And so that's the $1 million question. Will they fit back in the box if they're sleeved? And the answer to that is no. Depends on the size of your sleeves. These are penny sleeves, cheap as chips, and they won't. I think you would have to, looking at the size of the box, you're very much looking at those very tight sleeves. If you get those kind of inner sleeves that you often see for Magic that want to double sleeve their cards, I think that would be fine. But anything else, there's no chance that's going to fit in the insert, which is a bit of a miss. It isn't. I like to sleeve my cards, and if they can't fit in the insert, I'm not going to rip this insert out because it looks quite good. Let's have a look, see anything underneath. No treasure. It's not like Final Girl. You always get something interesting underneath the inserts. Okay, let's have a look at some of the cards. So this is book one. There's a whole lot with the same back. And then we've got Batman, Dead or Retired. Gordon, oh, these look like Two-Face. Okay, so they're like character cards. Remote Bat, book one enemy tokens. Looks like a reference sheet, which is handy. Prototype Batarangs. Okay, so you'll pick up. So I imagine some of this stuff is, yep, so the label book one, the bottom. So you'll probably add those to a core, which I imagine is not that one because that's versus, probably this one. And that one is quite big, so there'll be a bit of card mixing. And these are the events. So I think the game's got quite a neat event where you draw cards and you have to almost draft them into ones you're going to get now and ones you're going to get later. So you have a little bit of control. And I think that's quite attractive. I'm not sure about the white borders. I like black borders on my cards. I guess it's because the cards are quite dark. You zoom in a bit. They are quite dark, the cards. I imagine the white borders are an attempt to try and lighten them up a bit. If they were black, you know, your images are almost disappearing. So you're not going to want to play this in the dark. But I don't know. I'm still not sold on the colouring, and that's kind of put me off the Kickstarter. I picked it up anyway because I like the theme. And what else have I looked at? I think I've looked at everything. Like I say, I'm not going to open those. Maybe I'll look at the verses because I'm not going to play the verses, and that might have something interesting that's a little bit different. All the other stuff I will pop open as I play through it, obviously. So verses, we've got 3 different colours. Okay, so that looks like it's police versus, it's a TV. That one's mutants. So that's your mutants, that's your press command, and your cop command. Traps. Oh well, I guess I'll have a look at those rules, but I'm more excited about the single player. So there you go. There is lots of content, heavy box, shame about the no sleeves. Something for the end game to game for, go for. Looks like there's plenty of space underneath for all the tokens, which is handy. And you've got this massive area here for all your dice. And I guess when you put all the standees out, the board is huge, but really good quality. I like good quality board. And yeah, lots of tokens. Looking forward to working my way through that book at a time. I guess I can put the books in there. So that is a quick look through Batman The Dark Knight Returns, based on the Frank Miller graphic novel. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna have to get a bigger table if I'm gonna be playing that. Won't fit on this one. Don't forget to subscribe and like.